Okay. Right. So today we're going to work on this cafe sign right there, painting this color. I'm using here cadmium red light, cadmium yellow medium, a bit of burnt sienna. So I'm going to make an orange, kind of a darker orange. That's why I'm using cadmium yellow medium, not light. Let's put enough in here for an orange. And then I'm going to take a bit of burnt sienna, put it in to make it more earthy.
Sorry, Layal, the colors that you're using again, burnt sienna?
Yeah, so I painted red, and I mixed red and yellow, cadmium red light and cadmium yellow medium, and a bit of burnt sienna to make the color, kind of tone it down.
Okay, so the dark color is burnt sienna.
Yes, it's burnt sienna. So I'm going to start. And I might need a little bit more yellow. And it's kind of yeah, it is a cadmium yellow light. It's not a
sorry, it's yellow light or medium?
I'm sorry, medium. It needs a bit of medium in there, more yellow in here. Yeah, definitely. Because at first when I looked at it, I thought maybe it's yellow ochre, but I don't think yellow ochre is going to be the right one. I think this is better. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. So let's put the cafe in here. It will dry darker because, you know, acrylic dries darker. And actually, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. I'm just going to use the same colors for the sign and the traffic light. Darken them a bit, maybe. There we go. That should be kind of a fast thing. It shouldn't take long. I'm using a round brush, but any brush that works is fine. If you have a flat brush and it works, go for it. Whatever works. I'm gonna let it dry. Meanwhile, I'll wait for it to dry, and then what I'll do is, meanwhile, I'll paint the rest of the, I'll paint this area here. For this area, I will need a little bit of yellow ochre. We want it to be bright, but not that bright, like not really kind of an orange. So I'm going to take use the same color, pull in yellow ochre. It will give you this beautiful kind of a muted orange. Let's take, I'm putting in burnt sienna as well. It's a little bit too bright. Let's see. Yep, this is good. I don't mind it being bright or brighter than what's in the reference. That connects with the colors will connect with the sign. I just don't think it should be the same color as the sign. I'm gonna let it dry and see if it needs to be darker. Then I will I will glaze it down, like I will glaze it back. So I'm adding more of the burnt sienna now into the yellow ochre. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's do this. There are some shadows I need to do. So I'm going to get this burnt umber. That's the only way to use burnt umber. Underneath right here, just a little bit of shadow on there, shadow down here. It doesn't have to be strong. The circle is going to cast a shadow under. It's coming out, so it will have a bit of volume in there. Side. Mixing red and cadmium red light, burnt sienna. Take a bit of burnt umber and put it in to give me depth. yellow and a bit more yellow in the orange. Anytime you want, in this case, what we're doing right now, if you want to darken your orange, just add burnt sienna, a bit of burnt sienna in there. Usually what you do if you want to darken your orange is use the opposite color on the color wheel, which is blue. But in this case, just kind of a bit of burnt sienna will do. This is yellow ochre. Eventually I'm going to put snow over. And the light inside is not really black or that dark. I mean, it's kind of like a, what do we have? Red, usually yellow and green. But in this case, because it's snow and it's dark, I'm just going to put burnt umber over the dark that we have. Just so it doesn't look too black. Okay, good. Let's do one more time. That's red and burnt umber, and we're good. I'm using burnt umber and yellow ochre. Okay, good. All right, there are two little lights in the back, and I'm going to add yellow to the orange that I have, a little bit more yellow, and I'm going to put there, I think them somewhere here or here, but I'm going to put them there. One over here and the other one just behind it, right there. There's one small one behind the umbrella as well. Just to put I'm going to try to put a halo around it, around those lights. So it's just the orange, bit of umber, and really wipe my brush, more like a glaze. And I'm just going to put a kind of a halo around it. So it's a glaze. It's orange, burnt umber, wipe your brush a bit, and then add that glaze around. It needs a little bit of, here, I have white. Because it dries darker, so there. All right, now let's do the hand. Oh boy. Okay. Orange, more yellow. Okay. Change my brush into a smaller one, round. It's a good one. This is really bright. I think it needs a little bit of orange. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna let it dry. Okay. So now we can maybe add, let's see if we can add a line over. Ah, that's too light. We don't have to, but we're just for fun, see if we can. A good round brush helps. So that neon is sitting on top, but off center. It's not kind of centered with the letters. So the neon color is just the same color as the letters, but has a bit more yellow in there.
Do you use any white at all?
No, I just used yellow. Is it not working? If it doesn't work, just use white. Use white if you feel like it's not working. If you need to add white. Okay. Okay. That's good enough. We don't need more than that because we're going to put snow over this and we're not going to see it once we put the snow. So let's kind of put one more layer over this hand just to make it strong, like make the color look stronger. And anything here that we need to, maybe top part of this, because we're going to put snow. Over this part, so yeah, good. That's, I think it's enough. Right, since we were working on a face, I'm taking burnt sienna, yellow ochre, putting it, kind of mix it together. White. I'm just mixing a skin tone. And burnt umber. I want a dark color. I'll let it dry. And I really don't want to add details in here. I'm just going to add a bit of burnt umber just to give it kind of a shadow, darken a bit the face, and that's it. I'm not going to put any detail in here. Fix her. That's Prussian Blue. Take burnt umber, Prussian Blue. This way I can make a dark color, like a bluish, grayish dark color. instead of using black. And I lost the boots last week when I was doing when I'm putting snow on the ground. So I'm going to put this back. And then I'll put snow over the boots in a minute. Now, just to make the jacket a little bit more bluish than the rest of the boots and everything else, I'm going to take the Prussian Blue with a bit of burnt umber and take white. Burnt umber will give it more of an earthy tone because Prussian Blue is really strong. So when you put white with Prussian Blue, you see it. It's really very kind of a strong color. And what I'm going to do is maybe here a little bit, this side.
When you did the base layer for the coat,
yeah,
was it black or did you mix the blue and the umber together to get that done?
Yes, I mixed the blue and the umber together.
But no white?
No white. No white. So just to give it a bit of a shape, without using, I'm highlighting certain areas, but not everywhere. Like I just kind of wear the...
Does she have a knapsack?
Pardon?
Is she wearing a knapsack?
I have no idea, really. I have no idea. I see a lump of color, like a strong color there, but a shape, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's her hood. I think it's the hood. It's too small for the knapsack. For the... If I'm not sure where to put the highlights, I can put the highlights where the arm is higher, like here, right here. This is where usually you get more highlight. Shoulder, a bit of the, but I will keep the collar up, leave it like that. Just kind of a hint here and there, but I wouldn't really put too much in there. All right, I'm mixing both colors together again, burnt umber and Prussian blue. And I'm going to take white. And this will give me kind of a bluish grayish white. Perfect. And that's exactly what I want. So I mixed burnt umber, Prussian blue, and white. Lots of white. And it's a beautiful gray. And I'm gonna highlight this part. And actually it's very light right now. It's not that light in there. It's more grayish, but that's okay. It will dry darker. I don't want to keep it, just kind of leave it blue, yellow, just like that. So I'm putting kind of a hint of something. And I'm going to put snow over here too. And over top here. And over on this side. Go back down here. Boots. Just snow on her boots. Just highlighting the snow a bit in certain areas. Doesn't have to be everywhere. Doesn't have to be highlighted everywhere. And I'm going to do some snow on the... Oh, I see. Now I see. This umbrella is... Oh, you see the whole umbrella. I thought it was the inside of the umbrella what we're seeing, but it's not. It's the outside. It's dry brush. And we can, after, once we're done with this, we can start putting snow everywhere. I'm gonna zoom out. Now, for the snow, we can do toothbrush, dip it in paint and just go everywhere and it will be okay. But before we do this, we should do a couple of big ones here and there. It should be more like a... And this is what I'm taking: blues, the Prussian blue with the burnt umber, putting it in white. I am wiping my brush, so I want a dry color, and I'm going to kind of like, here, let me clean my brush a bit so I don't have too much paint on it. And I'm going to put a couple of big ones, but they're more like a dry, glazed. So I have my paint in here. I put a bit of water, just dip the tip of my brush with water right there. So I make it like a glaze. Then I wipe my brush, and then I'm going to do another one. Let's do it here. It will look soft. It will look like a bouquet. A bouquet is a Japanese term, a technique for out of focus. Kind of like a floating out of focus snow. It will have a halo around it. You can see it right there. So the center will be strong, stronger in here, the color, but outside, all around the actual circle, there would be a halo. And this halo is done with when you take your color first or after, and you make it more like a glaze, wipe your brush and paint around, because once it dries transparent. So if I want more of a kind of the center to look stronger and I want a halo around it, all I have to do is just make the center brighter. Everything around the center is glowing, like a kind of, not glowing, the center is glowing, but the all around it has a beautiful soft halo. Looks like they're lights. So I'm going to continue with some snow here and there, and then I can use a toothbrush, to put a couple of snowflakes. But first I would like to use more like a controlled brush strokes. Big ones, small ones, light ones, dark ones, and then I'll use the toothbrush. I'm not going to use the toothbrush today. Do you want me to show you next week how to do the toothbrush? To do it with the toothbrush? I know everybody is muted. Nobody can tell me. Can answer.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Yes, next week, because I have to cover everything here. The computer, the keyboard, everything. But before we go, have we decided on the new project that we want to work on?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm going to stop recording in a minute and then we can do that. It's starting to look great with the snow. Yay. All right. I am going to pause. Okay, we're done for tonight. For today, we will just refine it a bit next week and then we'll start a new project.